Hi Virgo, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is Coconut. I'm dog sitting. Okay, so this is going to be a reading for mid-August. I'm using a spread that I posted about over on Instagram and also my Patreon. Okay, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. It's at Unseen Hands Healing. But this spread is specifically about the shift that is taking place right now. So there's a pretty massive shift happening collectively. I just have to fix this camera because it's going to bother me because I'm a Virgo, so you know about it. Okay. There's a pretty massive shift that is happening collectively right now, and there's a lot of energy in the stars that is a catalyst and support for that. So August 11th, we've got Mercury moving out of its shadow retrograde period and into Leo, which is going to feel like a different world, I think. And then we've got Jupiter stationing direct. Also a big shift. If you think about Jupiter being the wheel of fortune, that is the wheel starting to turn again. That's a pretty massive shift. And then we've got Uranus going retrograde that day. So that is a pretty massive shift. And then by the time this reading is posted, we're looking forward to the Aquarius new moon, which is or full moon rather, which is a pretty big culmination of energies. It feels like there's a shift that happens mid-August here that kind of gets our ball rolling, and that is what I've seen in every reading I've done so far for mid-August. So this is exciting. So the spread here looks at the shape that you are shifting out of and the shape that you are shifting into, and then what that shape shift looks like, what it feels like. Okay, so we're going to get into that in a moment. As I was meditating on your energy before I started drawing cards, I saw static. It was a lot of static. And it was like something's trying to come through the static. Something's trying to come through the static. And then I realized I was looking at an old television set. And I heard someone say, change the channel. Just change the channel. And it was like, oh, okay. So then I had to go up to the box itself. Okay, there was no remotes for this. I had to go up to the box itself and turn the knob. And I got more static. Turn the knob, more static. Turn the knob, more static. And finally, I just kept turning until I got a clear picture. And then what I got... At first I was like, what Norman Rockwell painting is this? But I realized it was Lassie. And honestly, once I saw a clear picture, I was sort of talking to Spirit, like, okay, I guess that's the meditation. And they were like, no, hold on. What's it being shown? What's on the channel? And so I looked deeper and realized it was Lassie. And I heard someone say, like, where's little Timmy, Lassie? Oh, little Timmy's down at the bottom of the well? Okay, Lassie, come on, let's go get little Timmy. I don't know what this is. There seems to be a clear metaphor playing out about, like, not being able to see through the static. There's something that you can't quite see, but you can feel. You know, you can feel something's trying to come through the static, but you can't quite see the clear vision of what's playing out. And so they're telling you to change the channel, which is like adjust the frequency. Adjust the way that you're listening or the station you're tuned into. What are you tuning into here? Can you make an adjustment in order to clarify the picture? And then once the picture did clarify, I saw, a talking dog, a dog talking to a human, trying to get them to go save this child. So there's a lot of metaphor here. The dog, that like animal beast spirit, trying to communicate with the parental figure to tell the parental figure that the child is in trouble, to tell the parental figure where to go help the child. So if you want to get, real symbolic with this, it could be that like animal instinctual nature within you, who is also a loyal companion. Dogs are loyal companions. Also a loyal companion trying to communicate with the way you parent yourself, you know, your like the ego control meat suit, to say, hey, the inner child, the child you is at the bottom of the well. Might need some help getting up out from those depths. I don't know. We're going to take some cards, you know, we're going to go through the spread and then take some further cards in the extended, and hopefully more will come out about that meditation. But I think the heart of the message here is change the channel, because I literally heard someone say it, change the channel. So, and I kind of see that here actually. So the energy that you're shifting out of, Two of Coins, the energy you're shifting into, King of Coins. This is good. We want to see this. Okay, so we've got this energy of like having just got off the boat in a new land, almost, is what it feels like to me. And you're off. And you're off, and you're running, and you're juggling, you know, okay, gotta keep these balls in the air, It's like you've just started something new, and you're trying to keep it up in the air, keep it going. And that's where you are right now, you know. It's like trying to pat your head and rub your stomach and do all the things all at the same time. And then that transitions, that shifts into this beautiful King of Coins energy, which is just like, okay, you don't have to run around like a chicken with your head cut off anymore. You can sit on this throne. The King of Coins sits back, surveys the situation, delegates appropriately. The King of Coins runs their business in a way that creates abundance, stability. The King of Coins is incredibly grounded. The King of Coins is where they belong. So it's like you're moving from this energy of trying to find that, change the channel, right? You're trying to find the clear picture, and here it is. Juggling something, and then I think it's like what you're trying to do really comes into focus. Lots of earth energy here for you, Virgo. Speaking of Virgo, Queen of Coins. Now, I love this card. And when I pulled it, I was super drawn to the wolves. Talk about the dog, right? Oh my God, I just realized that. Lassie. Something's coming through about that. I'm going to keep talking and maybe something will come. But here we have the wolves. Notice how the wolves are flanking her on either side, this queen. And what I actually saw in this card, this reading, is she's out among, you know, if this is the king energy, like this same energy sitting back in the kingdom, looking things over, making plans, doing things, delegating, la la la. This is the energy of now. And again, this is not typical reads of these cards. It's just what's coming through. This is that energy coming out into the public. She feels like she's on display, like there's people around that you can't see in this card, but I can feel them. It's like the crowds. It's like the queen walking through the town, walking through the kingdom, greeting the people. But I got that she was looking for something in particular. She's like looking for a place to put this coin. See how she's holding the coin and it's kind of levitating? She's looking for a place to plant it, to plant this seed. She's surveying the land to see where she's going to plant that. And the wolves on either side, I felt like they were guardians. You know, because when a celebrity like this, when someone in power like this goes out into public, there's got to be something guarding. And so there's these guardian spirits. And they feel like her family. And it kind of felt like she was looking for more of her pack. You know, it's like she's kind of found her pack. Because I definitely was drawn to the wolves. It was like, ooh, the wolf pack. She's trying to find her pack. And this is also a very interesting evolution if we can just look at this. From the 2 to the queen to the king. It's like totally alone, juggling more than you can handle, moving quickly, fresh off the boat. And now you've got some companions around you. You've got some of your pack, but you're looking for where you're going to root. And here you've rooted. You've rooted and you're running your stuff. You're running your business. That's a beautiful progression. And now the continuation here as part of this shift after the Queen of Coins energy, we've got the 7 of Cups right at the heart of the reading. And the 7 of Cups is a lot of options. A lot of options. It feels like a whole world is opened up in front of this queen. There's like, the world is her oyster. She could choose this. It's like, where do you go when you have the entire world in front of you? I also heard when I saw this card, like imagining the possibilities. It's good. It's dreaming big here. It's dreaming big. It's not limiting yourself to anything small. It's like, this is a time to dream really, really, really big because huge shifts are happening. And when you're in that shift zone, if you limit yourself, the size of your shift is then limited. If you open yourself to all the possibilities, you could have a massive shift. And this feels like a massive shift. It really does. I'm so drawn to this boat landing, and it feels like new land, new land, new land. So if this hasn't happened yet, it's coming. A new land, and then it's like once you're on that land and you find your people, then you're kind of going off and finding a place to plant your pentacle. Where am I going to plant my pentacle? Where am I going to plant my coin? Where is a home for what I am trying to nurture, what I am trying to manifest and create? Virgo, right? And the possibilities are just endless. You could imagine so much, and maybe it's hard to figure out where to plant that because the possibilities are so vast. But I see you finding that root, planting yourself here because we've got justice. And what I see in this card for you is the agreement. Ah, yes. Here's where I want to plant. We shake on it, and there it is. So there is definitely some sort of agreement between two people happening with this justice card, and that's like bringing justice to a much larger karmic cycle for you. I'm also noticing the balancing of the scales happening with this justice card, and also this 2 of Coins calling for balance. Right now you're running and juggling, or you're about to, be in a new land, running, juggling, doing all the things, and it's not quite balanced. It's what you got to do to get through what you're trying to get through, but it's not quite balanced. The balance comes. It absolutely comes. You need your people, okay? You need your pack. You got your coin. You need to decide where to plant it. There's the decision being made right there in divine timing. The justice of nature. Let nature's justice help guide this, which is in divine timing, not in yours necessarily. And then bam, you end up super rooted, really grounded in a place you can call home, in a place where you feel like you belong. Doing what you are meant to do here. Creating what you are meant to create, that is authentic, that comes from the authenticity of who you are, which is the wolf. The wild. The wolf is the wild. Here you are following this dream, going to a new land, trying to get it started, honing in on your wildness, which brings others who are also honed in with their wildness together to meet you, to work with you. It's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. You know, the Tower also came out in the shuffle. I felt like I had to bring it forward. Because perhaps you're not here yet. Perhaps, because this Tower doesn't really feel like it's in this shift. It feels outside of the shift, which is why it kind of came out separately. So perhaps this is about to happen for you, this Tower moment, this shift, this something explosive, you know, like the lightning striking, which could be as simple as a revelation about, oh, I want to move here, or oh, I want to do this, you know, or it could be something as large as a massive shift in your external experience. Oh my gosh, my camera's doing the thing again. Sorry, thank you for your patience, but I have to shift it. So whatever this Tower moment is for you, whether it's an internal shift or a massive external shift, okay? Oh, I just saw 1717, the star. Star off in the distance. That's a good thing. Which also adds up to 2 8s, 8, 8. We're coming up on August 8th. At the time of this reading, August 8th has not yet happened yet. And many people call that day the Golden Gate. The day that the fixed star, Sirius, rises in the sky. The rising of Sirius, which is like our spiritual home, our spiritual sun, brings blessing. Sorry, dog sitting. Excuse me. Thank you. Okay. The rising of Sirius brings blessings. Look this up. It's really fascinating, beautiful narrative on August 8th. So perhaps this will be posted after August 8th, but perhaps August 8th is an important day since I just saw 8, 8. But regardless, the number 8 brings abundance and power and just, it's the magician, which is you, Virgo. You are the magician. So this is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But what I'm talking about is whatever this Tower moment is, it is bringing abundance. And it looks like it's bringing a pretty big shift for you, maybe even a move, maybe even bringing you to new lands, or bringing in your ships. There's a big old ship in the back, and then you're off running. You are off running. Whoa. Okay. So Virgo, we are going to take a card from the postcards from the liminal space. Very fun deck. But before we do that, I'm going to take some more cards on this situation in an extended reading. So the link to that is down below. You can view the extended by visiting my Patreon. You can also find me on Instagram, and all of the instructions are there as well. So if you are interested in the extended, I'm going to start by clarifying the spread we have out now with the Aquarian Tarot. Okay, and once we clarify some of this, like maybe what are all these options? What is this justice? Like, you know, like what's the Tower about? We're going to clarify some of that stuff. And then I'm also going to pick some more cards from the Spolia deck, because I want to see what comes next. You know, shifts are never A to B and then you're done. It's a constant shift. So yes, once you make this Two of Coins, King of Coins shift, then there's another shape to shift into after that. So I'm going to pull some more cards and see what else, what other information we can get about what comes next after the King of Coins for you. But for those of you who will not join me in the extended, I want to get you a liminal space reading while you are in this shift, which is very much a liminal space. So let's see what the liminal space cards have to say for Virgo. We got one already. What else for Virgo? Ooh. Okay. Oh, wow. Beautiful. The Farm. And this is not how the story ends. These are very, very exciting. Ooh, I just saw 21, 12, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3. Abundance, spiritual manifestation and alignment. Come on, Virgo. The Farm, and this is not how the story ends. I'm going to read these to you to finish off your reading because I love the way the creators very succinctly talk about this stuff. I'll link below to the deck and everything. Okay, so let's start off with the Farm. The Farm offers itself to those in need of respite, exploration, and insight of all sorts. It is a home but not your home, and contains within it the imprints of a life lived but not your life, the set of a story in which you are not a leading character but are welcomed to tour. Allow yourself to give and be given to without unpacking your bags. Love was here and love leaves traces. Perhaps that's the universal link you feel. This feels to me, Virgo, you know, because this is like a ship arriving in a new place. It feels like whatever's going to happen in this Tower moment, it might be a bit intense, and perhaps you've been going through some intensity over the last month. I'm sure you have. The Farm is the respite you're hoping for. Maybe somebody offers you a chance to stay out at their farm for a week. Recoup, recover, get your bearings. Maybe you're going to travel somewhere and stay at an Airbnb, stay somewhere and explore a new land. Because that is the sense of this. This is you exploring a new land. This is you surveying the land, trying to figure out where you're going to plant yourself. This is you having a ton of options, okay? And then finally planting yourself, rooting yourself. So perhaps after this Tower, you go to the farm. You go to the farm and you rest. And then we have, this is not how the story ends. I can't wait to read this one to you. I really like it. Okay. This is not how the story ends. In fact, it is just the beginning. If life hasn't broken you yet, then this certainly won't be the thing that does you in. Tower moment. All great stories, like life itself, require dips in the plot, movement, decay, and renewal. Let this chapter end and get your shit together, honey. Something somehow comes next. You can't write it. It's incredible. Virgo. Wow. Okay. So, if this is where I leave you, thank you for joining me. If I will see you in the extended, we are going to see perhaps what comes next in this beautiful journey. So please do click that like button, help us ride the YouTube algorithm, okay? And click subscribe so we can stay connected moving into September when all of this really starts cooking, hopefully. And if you want to stay connected with me, find me on Instagram at Unseen Hands Healing. Find me on Patreon where you can really dive deeper into my work and get further insights, get access to the extended videos, all the things, okay? So thank you for joining me, Virgo. I look forward to sharing with you more as we connect into September.